Hello everyone! We are obviously not in a mining game or an excavation site, and the reason for this is today I want to play in virtual reality, and sadly there is no mining or excavation game I know of that supports virtual reality. And so what we're gonna do today is we will drive around in my International 9900 in American Truck Simulator, because American Truck Simulator and European Truck Simulator 2, they support virtual reality. Not really official, but on the other way, it's kind of official because they provide a beta build on Steam provided by the developer team, and so it's basically supported natively, and both games really are great fun, a great experience in virtual reality, and are pretty smooth. So here is my truck. I already know where I need to go to pick up the load for today, so let's just hop into the cab, start it up, and get it going. I really like virtual reality for all kinds of seated simulations, be it flight simulations, truck simulations, racing games, or, as I said, I would love to be able to have a dedicated construction game, mining game, where you can operate excavators, dozers, and so on in virtual reality. Because the level of immersion you get it's really impressive. You really get a sense for the size and the feel of those large machines, trucks, and how to operate them. My HMD is a Valve Index, which is pretty decent. It's set to 80 hertz, not 18 hertz, 80 hertz, and actually American Truck Simulator usually provides me with nice 80 FPS, so very smooth, very nice. Might not be the highest graphical fidelity because I naturally don't go to a very high pixel density like some other VR users do, but for me the smoothness of the experience is much more important than the last tiny bit of graphical visual fidelity. So just not going into reprojection for the most time for me is the most important thing. Kind of, for those used to American Truck Simulator, you might wonder what transmission is working in this International, because it's not the default transmission. I've actually written a little mod myself, so I have the Allison 4700R in this truck. I really like the Allison transmission because I don't have a gearbox, a manual gear shifting box in my input in my input devices. I'm using a T248 Thrustmaster wheel with the pedals that come along with the wheel. Really great pedals, I have to say, especially for the price tag. I think they are a lot better than what I know from the Logitech G29 pedals. So here we are, and although we cannot operate earth-moving equipment, we can at least transport it. So here we are. Gonna take this trailer, gonna pick it up. It's a nice little dozer. nice is the working mirrors. The resolution is not the best of the mirrors, which sometimes make it a little bit difficult, or let's say it in a different way. The resolution is surprisingly good, but still not so good that you see the last bit of misalignment between the truck and the trailer. And so sometimes if using the mirrors when backing up or something like this, you weave a little bit, probably weave a little bit more around than you would in reality, because you see deviations a little bit later. So we got 3.5 hours to go. See if I did the right. Nope. And we got 6 hours left for the next rest. So this should be an easy one. Also, you might have noticed that my assistant in Truck Simulator is down there on my lower 2 o'clock. I had to modify the config files so that it shifts over there and is not directly in front of me, because that's a drawback in virtual reality. If you have the default settings, the assistant would be, if you pop it up, right in front of your eyes, blocking your view outside. But as this International does not have a built-in navigation system, I kind of use the assistant, you know, as a portable one. So fuel also looks enough, so we don't need to go to a gas station. Let's try an outside shot. Ah, looks decent. Surprising detail on the dozer. I don't like my trucks to be very fancy, so I usually have simple colors, no fancy rims or such things. You know, it's working equipment, it's not a race car. But I think overall looks pretty nice. One funny thing I have with this truck is actually that the wheel, you see, the steering wheel has like the exact opposite design of what my input wheel is, the T248, and this sometimes confuses my brain when I'm you know, when I have to do a lot of steering, because I actually then look inside my cabin, in my virtual cabin, at the wheel and think, oh, it's upside down, and it's actually not. One reason why I've thought about buying some tuning packs actually to be able to install a virtual wheel that looks like the gaming wheel I use, so that this brain twitch is no longer there. Only drawback here is because I don't have a manual gear shifting box. will have to go up a pretty tough incline, I think. And even on the aggressive setting, the automatic transmission sometimes takes a little bit long to shift down. Like now, I probably would shift down a little bit now, but it stays in 5th gear. Oh, but we made it. Clouds looking kind of grayish. I hope we don't run into a rain front. we're getting into a city area. Here I'm sometimes experience a little bit of reprojection, but not really bad. Considering how old the game is and how old the engine is the game is running on, it's really surprising how well it does in virtual reality compared to a lot of up-to-date titles. So 14 miles to go, roughly 20 minutes. Yeah, so there we see it. Target's already on the navigation. Will be interesting to see which spot we get to roll off. And if I will hit it in not too many tries. When parking the trailer, I try to usually stay in the cab for most of the time and will only use the outside view when I would also like, you know, when you're in a tight area and you will probably leave the cab anyway to check your surroundings. Better get out and take a look before running into things and then have to get out and have to see where you ran into. So on the left side somewhere should be Plaster and Sons. There I see the sign. Yep. Let's get in here. And let's see where the game wants us to drop this trailer off. Right side between that flatbed and the forklift. So there we have a concrete barrier. Well, that should work out. It looks not too bad, I guess. There's a little bit too. And there we are. Does not look too bad. So, decouple the trailer. Drop finished. And we are done. I hope you enjoyed the ride, even thought it was not on a mining site or in an excavator. If you liked it, thumbs up. You may want to subscribe, and probably we're gonna see some more of this in the future. Bye bye, have fun folks, happy gaming!